Hello, my name is Christian Pinto, and I am part of Group 4. You can't really judge a book by its cover. If you look at these two guys, what can you tell by them? Nothing. If I ask you if they're a good father, what can you say? You'd probably be like, oh, it's okay. But now what if I told you one of these guys were gay? Now what would your perspective be? Your idea might change. Today I will speak to you about how homosexuality can fit by being a parent. Today I will talk about the legalities of homosexuality, raising and an upbringing of a child. Homosexuals can raise children just like heterosexuals. Being gay doesn't affect the outcome of a child. According to Gay Boom, a child of a gay couple speaks out article by John Blake. The author speaks about a boy named Jesse Levy. Jesse Levy lives with two mothers. Jesse says, "My family has strong values and I was raised in a caring household that let me be a free thinker." This shows how the living with two mothers didn't change how he thought and how anything turned out. According to another article named "Study Same-Sex Parents Well-Adjusted Kids" from WebMD, a study of 37 children was taken, and it showed that between a heterosexual and a homosexual family, that the children had no differences. That the behavior, adjustment, gender identity, and peer relationships between the kids in their class were the same. Also, according to WebMD, it says some studies
Just keep going. If you forget something, just move on to the next idea.
Now that I've spoken about the raising of a child, I'll speak about the legalities. According to ACLU, there's different throughout the United States. There are different situations of raising a child. In my first slide, on the top left side, they show it shows how the acceptance of a single parent, a single homosexual parent adopting a child. As you can notice, in Utah and in Florida, they do not allow homosexuals to adopt children if you're a single parent. In the top right corner, this one shows the rate of a step-parent, homosexual step-parent, adopting a child. As you can see, there are 5 states that do not allow it, and there are many states that say maybe, and there's only 10 states that allow you to be an adoptive step-parent. And in the bottom picture, it shows a couple being able to adopt a homosexual child. A homosexual couple adopting a child. As you can see, there's still a few states that do not allow couples to adopt a child, and there are many states that are maybes. This shows how different situations, different policies are put into effect dealing with what situation you're on, your relationship with homosexuality. Now, according to court forms, being a homosexual, you are put under. You have to have a background check done, a thorough background check done, in order to adopt a child. And you have to undergo a home study. If you fail this, then you are not allowed to adopt a child. Now I will speak about homosexuality and the upbringings, how it does not affect sexuality. Many people think that a child should be raised by a woman and a man. But it isn't how a person it isn't that being raised improperly into a homosexuality household, but it is that you're born like this. According to What the Gay Brain Looks Like by Alice Park from thetimes.com, a study was conducted in Karolinska Institute of Sweden, and they scanned 90 homosexual brains and 90 heterosexual brains. As you can see on this picture, the first two are heterosexual. The first one is a male and the second one is a female. And then the next two are a homosexual man and a homosexual female. As you can see that the heterosexual female brain and the homosexual female brain, where the rest parts are is where the actions of whatever situation they put them in, where the most activity was happening. So like in the heterosexual men, the homosexual men, the activity is happening in the same sections as where the homosexual woman and the heterosexual men have the same activity in the same section also. Also proven by also in the study, they proved that a heterosexual female brain and a homosexual male brain are the same size. They have equal size. The left side and the right side are both the same, and same with homosexual females and heterosexual males.
Christian, you have to close because you're coming up on 7 minutes.
Solutions to these problems: they should lift the bans in the many states that don't allow adoption for couples, and in Florida especially, because they don't allow homosexuals to adopt at all. They should also be more lenient on background checks and healthy living, because many kids are not being adopted, and homosexuals are out there and they want to adopt, and they should be given a chance. In conclusion, you can't judge a person on how they are, and anybody could be a great parent. Thank you.